Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Coming to you live from my sister's having a little pool party thing because it's like 100 degrees out here. But I have some very unfortunate breaking news, and that is that Brock Purdy is currently day-to-day. Brock Purdy, starting quarterback of the 49ers, day-to-day with a back injury. He did get an MRI, which Kyle Shanahan said came back as clean. This is absolutely horrible news. Without Brock Purdy, the 49ers season is over. It's already looking bleak, right? It's already looking like they're definitely not Super Bowl contenders. I don't even know if they're playoff contenders when you're losing to the Rams JV team. Hopefully this week against the Patriots, it's a get-right game. But without Brock Purdy, they're not winning that, and they're not winning most games. Hopefully it's only a minor injury. Brock Purdy was sacked a ton, pressured a ton, took so many hits to the ground. He also did a couple quarterback sneaks that looked a little bit dangerous when he got up. On one of them, his helmet was kind of screwed loose and he had to adjust it. On a different one, he was stretching his back. I wonder if when I go back and watch the All-22 if I can pinpoint the exact moment that I think the injury happened. But so far, Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan have not pinpointed that. They just said it occurred after the game is when Brock Purdy's adrenaline kind of went down and he began to feel it. Anyways, like I'm saying, crossing my fingers, hoping Brock Purdy is just fine, and with some rest and rehab, he'll be good to go, because without him, I mean, the 49ers are already on the brink, but because of him and Jennings, they were in that game yesterday, and ever since Brock Purdy has taken over the 49ers as starting quarterback, he has done, very impressive things. I think he is a huge reason why fans feel like the Super Bowl was possible. And right now they're just aiming for just getting in the playoffs and having a chance, and they need Brock Purdy to do that. The reason that I am skeptical, though, there's an ant eating me. The reason that I am skeptical, though, about Brock Purdy's injury and how bad it really is because Kyle Shanahan, unfortunately, has been wrong about multiple injuries in the last 3 weeks. I think he's reported on 6, maybe more different players, will count them, and been wrong on literally all of them. He has downplayed every single injury that has ended up being a much bigger deal than was originally reported by him. Kyle Shanahan has to clean that up because of gambling, because of NFL rules. Certain reporting is mandatory, and it is mandatory to be accurate in your reporting, and there's already been concerns that they were trying to jiff the system by letting Jordan Mason know early on that Christian McCaffrey wasn't going to be playing before they let the media know, and lying to the media. But then John Lynch and Christian McCaffrey were saying different things on the TV. They really need to start getting one solid story, and it needs to be the truth, or the 49ers are going to start to get fined. And you can lose money. J. Dior can lose money. You can lose draft picks. The NFL takes this stuff seriously because it's really important to the sport that everyone thinks that everything is on the up and up. So what does concern me is yesterday, speaking of misreporting, Javon Hargrave, D lineman, it was reported after the game that he had a tricep contusion, which is basically like a bone bruise, deep bruise problem. Kyle Shanahan showed it off, basically suggested that it was not a worry, that he'd have to, rest it this week and would probably be good to go against the Patriots. Unfortunately, it came out today on Kyle Shanahan's weekly press conference call, which by the way is where I got all this news. I've been able to listen to the Monday media calls, which has been really helpful in me making sure you guys get the information immediately. So make sure to like and subscribe for all of that. Every single week, the updated injuries come out on Monday around 3:30 when Kyle makes his call. And I will be bringing you guys that. But Javon Hargrave is going to actually be out for the season. His tricep is all the way torn. So not a bone bruise, not a contusion, full tear, out for the season. He makes $21 million. It might have been the last that we ever see of Javon Hargrave, because his cap actually goes up next year ever since he's been playing. And I'm sorry that he got injured, so this is nothing harsh to him, but he has not lived up to his contract so far at all. And the last game was probably one of his worst games. Now, aside from the NFC Championship last year, which was a bad game from him as well, effort-wise. Now it seems like we have clarity. There was a couple of viral clips of Hargrave going around today and last night after the game of him giving no effort. It seems to be that maybe his tricep was torn and he didn't realize how bad it was. I don't know if that's adrenaline. I don't know if that's the doctors telling him it was no big deal and to go back out there, because that's basically how Kyle made it seem. So I don't know why he was out there, but he was playing with that tricep issue, and I think that I want to, apologize, because I know that I saw a lot of comments on Twitter kind of acting like he was dogging it and not caring and not trying, when he was actually out there with a torn fucking tricep playing another half of a game after he tore it. But yeah, he's going to be completely out, and he might be one of those guys that they go and they ask to restructure. Basically, he hasn't lived up to his contract so far, and then that plus the injury, I wonder if he will be willing to take less, because it's not all guaranteed money, but on his contract he is making $21 million and set to make even more next year in 2025. Then Chris McCaffrey, I'm just giving all of the injury updates. Chris McCaffrey was seen in the airport going to Munich, Germany, and it was hypothesized that maybe he was going to get the Kobe treatment. Kyle Shanahan did confirm this. Chris McCaffrey is going to Germany to get one last, basically, sounds like it's like a last chance. I don't know if it's even last chance for him to play this season or last chance for him to play at all. Chris McCaffrey, once again, also another guy that Kyle Shanahan lied about and said it was calf soreness, then eventually ended up opening up and said, yes, it was an Achilles issue. Now it's an Achilles tendonitis. I did run track in college, obviously very amateur compared to these guys, but I got some tendonitis, and I've never been able to run in the way that I was able to run, and my doctors basically told me that. They said, it's something that if you stay off of it, if you're just running a mile or two, I can work out and be active and dance and all that. It's, been multiple years now, but if I ever try to ramp up and do this type of activity that I was doing when I heard it, it will feel aggravated, it will flare up again. It's not one of those things that just goes away. But yeah, he's trying at least. The other thing, the reason that I'm not sure if he'll be out the entire season, is the Kobe treatment is PRP, which is plasma-rich therapy treatment. They basically take your blood. I have all these little ants eating me up. I chose the worst place to sit, but I thought it was pretty, and I didn't want to be by the pool where all the noise was. They take your blood out. They add stem cells, collagen, and they infuse it with your blood, and then they re-inject it into the area, and it's supposed to stimulate collagen production and really help you, or really help the person that they're re-injecting it in with like regrowth and help. I'm fine. Sorry, people are coming. But it's supposed to help stimulate regrowth and regenerative tissue stem cell treatment. The only other problem with getting this is it can take up to a year to work. So this is definitely a last chance effort. Now, maybe I'm wrong and Christian McCaffrey ends up coming back sooner. I know from everything I've heard, the procedure itself takes at least 3 weeks, because they take the blood out, and then for 3 weeks they mix it with stem cells and all the regenerative properties, and then after 3 weeks they re-inject it. So I think it's going to be a while until we see Chris McCaffrey again, if we ever see him out on the field again. I'm not trying to be like scare tactic-y. I mean this is an Achilles tendonitis. What he's looking at is basically, if he pushes it again, he could tear his Achilles, and he might just, the team might just be waiting to figure out when they want to push him. Maybe if they do make the playoffs, it's something that it's worth it to him to just go out there and play and hope that he doesn't tear it and try to play on it. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're aiming for the playoffs if the 49ers themselves can get there. If not, next season. If not, it might be a Christian McCaffrey retirement. But he is currently en route to Germany to get that done. Fred Warner, he was out yesterday. Same thing with the misreporting. Kyle Shanahan said there was no injuries. Then Fred Warner came out and talked, and reporters asked him, hey, why were you out for a couple plays? Said he tweaked his ankle, rolled his ankle. There was no more updates on that today. I don't know if he's day-to-day. I don't know. Maybe it was just a minor ankle roll. They had to wrap it up, and he's going to be fine. But this is why I'm extra worried about the Brock Purdy injury, because so far we have Kyle Shanahan originally lied about Christian McCaffrey's injury, originally lied about Kittle. He lied about Kittle not being injured, and then Kittle ended up having a hamstring that he's been dealing with for 2 weeks that the media didn't even know about until the day before the game. When you talk about Kyle Shanahan keeping things under wraps. They completely lied about Kittle's injury, that he played through during the Vikings game, re-aggravated during the Vikings game, then couldn't play last game against the Rams due to this hamstring. But the good news is apparently he is cleared to practice this week. So hopefully we'll see Kittle against the Patriots. Charvarius Ward was another one who was dealing with cramping and hamstring tightness, and he apparently is cleared as well. So 2 positives. George Kittle, Charvarius Ward, supposed to be out there. Scary thing to keep an eye on this week. They have tomorrow off, and then they're going to be back practicing on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, eyes peeled on Brock Purdy. It'll be interesting to see when Deebo Samuel's going to be back. On his podcast last week, he said he thought he'd be out about 2 weeks. So maybe he's looking for that Cardinals game. Although I think, is the Cardinals field turf? I actually think it's real grass and they roll it out. So maybe Deebo might be looking to return during the Cardinals game. Hopefully they keep targeting Javon Jennings even when Deebo gets back, because Jennings had just a fucking performance of a lifetime. I'm getting eaten up by bugs, so I'm going to stand up. I guess I sat in the wrong area. Sorry, they hurt when they bite you. Anyways, I think that's it for the update. The most important one being Brock Purdy. Hope to God he's okay. Christian McCaffrey, will he be back? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? PRP treatment. Will he be back by the playoffs? Will he be back next year? Or is this, I guess I shouldn't speculate on retirement for him, but older running back, tons of wear and tear on his tires with Achilles tendonitis that is just a overuse injury that if you start, ramping up. Maybe what they'll do is have him back, but they'll keep him, on a limited snap count. They guaranteed him money, so I imagine they want him to be playing, even if he just comes back next year in the playoffs and splits carries with Jordan Mason, who's been doing phenomenal. But yeah, the good news is Charvarius Ward, he's good to go. George Kittle supposed to be good to go. Brandon Ayuk not injured, but not making an impact. So hopefully things get better and him and Brock Purdy get more on a level this upcoming game and have a whole week to practice with all these guys out. We'll see how it goes. Looking scary for the 49ers and for Kyle Shanahan. Also in his press conference, I just found this notable. Kyle Shanahan did say that Brian Schneider, the special teams coordinator, did not properly prepare his special teams unit and that he was disappointed in him. So kind of throwing Brian Schneider under the bus there. Now, I agree, the special teams fucking sucked, but the special teams has sucked under Kyle Shanahan even before Brian Schneider. If you don't remember, they fired the last one too. Kyle Shanahan has been on record saying he doesn't care about special teams, he doesn't like to watch it. Kyle's been really great at finding assistant coordinators, defensive coordinators, assistant head coaches. Anthony Lynn, D'Amico Ryans, Rob Pasala, all these guys have been excellent coaches that he's developed. He's really struggled with the coordinator position for special teams. They fired the last one. This one's not looking good at all. Also, he didn't say anything about Nick Sorensen, but the 49ers are 30th in the amount of yards that they're giving up. So literally almost last in the league. This defense has been top 5 under Kyle Shanahan, and now it's bottom 5. So guess Steve Wilkes wasn't the problem after all. Hopefully Nick Sorensen and Brandon Staley, whatever impact he's having, can get it together. Special teams can get it together, and hopefully these injuries stop, man. Hopefully Brock Purdy's okay. Anyways, that's your instant reaction update. Like I said, all this information is coming from Kyle Shanahan himself, who has a weekly conference call that I was able to listen to, and I wanted to bring you guys the news as soon as possible. So thank you for listening to this update. Have a great day. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Tom Jensen from SI Sports Illustrated. We're going to break down all the game and any other injuries that pop up by then. Thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe. Stay cool because it's hot outside. Bye.